We have just found a massive shortcut running local AI agents on your laptop without melting your processor. Supra Labs have just released Supra-50M, which is just a 50 million parameter model. And today, using this model, I'm going to be building an infinite dialogue engine, which will run 100% on your own CPU. Welcome back to Build with AI series, where we cover local and free tools to build practical AI projects completely free of cost on consumer hardware. In this video, by leveraging the ultra-compact Supra 50 million instruct, we are building an offline conversation assistant that can respond almost instantly. Here's how this model works under the hood. Running language model locally usually requires very high expensive GPU cards. But today we are looking at this model which completely breaks the rule. This is a compact 50 million parameter model completely built from scratch, and it is small enough to run on literally any PC or laptop. Don't let the tiny size fool you, because it has a llama architecture inbuilt which was trained on 20 billion tokens of high quality data, giving it a solid structural foundation despite its tiny size. The secret behind its high efficiency is the specific data used during pre-training, which focuses purely on the top tier educational data on web. By filtering out the internet fluff and only focusing on the high quality educational content, this model learns key concepts really fast. This release marks the first step in the broad scaling plan of Supra Lab, which is aimed to maximize what ultra small models can achieve. And with this model performing at par with the other models in the same weight class, we can clearly say that clever data engineering can make a tiny model punch above its weight class and perform at par with the other open source models. If you check the linguistic benchmark, this tiny 50 million parameter model is scoring 76%, which clearly beats the other models having 100 or 200 million parameters in them. In the scientific benchmark also, it is scoring 77%, which beats GPT and small LM, but is beaten by small margins by the OpenELM model. So this highlights how specialized educational training prevents the model from losing the core factual knowledge that is required in science, even when the parameter count is stripped down. In the general knowledge benchmarks as well, it is able to beat all the other models, who are actually more than 5 times larger than this model. If you look at the model architecture, it has a decoder-only transformer, which is the standard principle for majority of the industrial models as well, where the models only train how to output the response given for any user query. So the decoder kind of transformer learns how a human gives any kind of response, and then it learns from it and gives any response for the future queries as well. The vocabulary size of this model is 32,000, which means it has a good balance of language comprehension with very good processing efficiency as well. This vocabulary size is not too large, which ensures that the model doesn't waste precious memory on rarely used characters or phrases. In the neural network that is used for training this model, the hidden layer size is 512 neurons. You can imagine this neural network as just the brain connections, where different layers will connect to each other to give the final response. So this model, after taking the input, takes another layer of 512 neurons, which is a really small network which allows the calculations to fly through your processor without bottlenecking your system's memory. And there are 12 such layers in this neural network, which are stacked sequentially to process all the information that is given as an input. This is also a lean configuration compared to the standard open models, but it is still deep enough with 12 layers, which gives the system enough capacity to understand context while keeping the mathematical computation of neural network incredibly fast. A major engineering highlight here is the use of this 4-group query attention. With this kind of attention mechanism, it only focuses on the required queries, which dramatically cuts down the memory requirements during text generation, keeping things lightning fast even on your CPU. The model supports a maximum context window of 1000 tokens, which is really small compared to the other models out there. For example, Gemini, which is a beast, can take up to 1 million context window tokens. So while it is shorter than the massive cloud models, it is still the perfect spot for quick question answering and rapid local automation scripts. To turn these raw text into numbers, the team have used this byte level VPE tokenizer, which the team has trained from scratch on 5 lakh of documents, which are sampled from the FineWeb EDU educational dataset. And during the training phase, the effective batch size was 128 by 1024 tokens. Batch size just means how much of the training data will be taken at a time to train the full neural network, and this kind of substantial batch size of 1000 tokens helps stabilize the entire training process, so the model can grasp all the foundational knowledge that is required for identifying all the patterns in the language. The optimizer used was Adam, which is again standard for any neural network training, and the precision was kept as 16-bit, and it also retained a standard precision of 16-bit, which is also followed in other models, which means each number in the neural network will take around 16-bit of your memory. So this ensures that the model is also following the highest numerical accuracy that is standard in the industry. After the training process, there was a final loss of just 3 points, and for a model this compact, reaching such a low loss value shows that the training process was clean and perfectly digested by the architecture. We can also look at the sample outputs that are given on the official blog. For example, if we check what is the main concept of physics is, it is replying that the most important part of physics is called quantum mechanics. It says that all particles are made from energy and matter. So it has foundational concepts of physics and energy. However, if you look at the output, there is a long paragraph paragraph output given for a simple request rather than just giving some direct answers. That is exactly why developers have created a simple conversational based variant of this same model, which is Supra-50M Instruct. This model is specifically tuned to follow the human instructions, chat naturally, and act like a functional local assistant. To teach this model how to behave in a chat interface, it was fine-tuned using a thoroughly clean dataset of alpaca over 4 training cycles, which strips out the broken long responses and improve the instruction following capabilities. And to get predictable responses from this instruct model, you have to follow a prompt template given here, where you need to specify the correct instruction, the input, and then ask it to generate the response by explicitly writing this response phrase here. So this will tell the AI where exactly the query is ending and where it should start generating the response. And while running local inference, you have to also tune these parameters. Like temperature, you should keep as 0.7. If you keep temperature close to 0, it will keep all the responses as deterministic, but if you keep it close to 1, it will give you random responses with high variability. For example, if you want to generate some poems, you can keep this temperature close to 1. For the best balance, this temperature is kept as 0.7 for this model. Then you can also select like how much of the words it will take for generating the next word. If you keep it close to 50, it will look at the top 50 most probable words that are probable to come in next in the sequence. Then top P parameter is also the probability of looking at the most probable words. So 90% means that it will avoid the last 10% of the most improbable words while generating any response. So this prevents the model from picking some really random words while keeping the entire responses natural. Then to avoid the chatbot to be stuck in an endless loop, we have to put the repetition penalty as 1.15, which will force the tiny network to continuously move forward and generate new text which is meaningful for the conversation. Then we can look at the sample outputs that are generated by this instruct model. For example, if you ask what is AI, it is giving the correct response that AI refers to the simulation of human intelligence and creativity in machines, which is designed to mimic or surpass human cognition and release. Then it is giving structured bullet outputs explaining accuracy, personalization, better decision making, etc. All of these features of using AI over human beings. Then if you ask some straightforward factual questions like what is the capital of Japan, it can give you the straightforward answer that it is Tokyo. So it is able to give these simple trivia questions instantly because the model is inherently trained with the foundational facts. And now to use this model, we can just use the pipeline module from Hugging Face, and in our model ID we can just give Supra Labs Supra-50 Instruct. I'm going to be doing the same in my current project as well, which I'm building in Google Antigravity. If you don't have it installed, just go to antigravity.google/download and download the installer. Then for my core Python logic, I'm going to be installing all these required libraries. Torch and Transformers libraries are to load the model, and the Streamlit library is used to build the final UI of the app. So first I'm going to be defining the page configuration with the page title as NPC dialog engine and the page icon as a sword icon, and the layout is centered. So if I can show you the UI as well, you can see that the tile text is NPC dialog engine with the sword icon. Then I need to define the page title, which is NPC dialog engine again. For the caption, I'm just saying that it is powered by the Supra Lab Supra-50 Instruct, which runs 100% offline on your own CPU. And after this, there will be a divider line. So if you check the final UI as well, you will see that the title and caption is there, and there is a divider line next. Next, for the different personas of this AI, I'm going to be defining these 5 personas. So I've given some different persona name like a grumpy blacksmith, a nervous town guard, a wise old wizard, a cheerful tavern keeper, and a shady merchant. So with this project, I'm going to be developing some dialogues from all of these NPCs, which you will generally find in some online or mobile games. So when those characters give you some dialogues, it has to be ultra fast and should be processed by some tiny model which can run on any mobile device. So for all these different NPCs, I've just given some description as well, just to define their tone and style of speaking. Then there will be a sidebar with the header of NPC settings. Either they can select from the presets that I have defined, or they can also give some custom NPC with their title and some descriptions. If they are selecting preset, I'm just going to be asking it that choose an NPC from the personas that I have defined. Otherwise, I'll just ask them to describe their NPC with the placeholder of some example that paranoid chef who thinks everyone is after his recipes. Then in the sidebar, there will again be a divider and a clear chat button. And once you click that clear chat, all the session messages will be emptied using an empty list, and we will rerun the entire conversation. Then finally, in the sidebar, we will have the model name, the device, and the max tokens and temperatures that we have selected. Then I'm going to be loading the model using that same pipeline code that we have shown in the official documents. The task is text generation, the model is Supra-50M Instruct, and the device is CPU. Then I'm going to be calling this load model, which will load the model as one time, download in your system. And then for generating the response, we just need to build that prompt template with the same format that we have just discussed, give some instruction, then the input, and finally there should be a response instruction to the model. So my general instruction is that you are an NPC in the game, your persona is this, and respond briefly under 2 sentences to the player. Then for the input, the player will say some player input and the model will generate the final response. response. Now to get the reply back from the model, we are going to build the prompt using the persona and the player input that the user is giving, and I'm going to be passing on this prompt to the generator module that we have defined for the Supra model. Now once we get the reply from the model, I'm going to be stripping all the white spaces and I'm going to be removing all the characters that were there in my initial prompt, because after the prompt it will add the response, so I'll remove all of this so I only get the response that is generated by the model. Then if there are some new line characters in the reply, I'm just going to be removing all of those, and if still there are some characters left in the reply, I'll just return them, otherwise I'll say that the NPC stares at you silently. Then if there are no messages in the current session state, I'm just going to be initializing a messages list, and if there are some existing messages already that are there in the conversation, I'm just going to be printing them using st.markdown. Then I'm going to be asking the user to say something to the NPC. First I will check whether the persona is selected. If it is not true, then I will just say that please enter a custom NPC persona in the sidebar first. But if they have selected a persona, I will just check what is the player input, append them as a user query. First I will display that as the player input in the UI. Then I'm going to be passing on that player input and the persona to the getReply function. While this is generating, I'll just say that NPC is thinking right now, and once we get the reply, we'll just use st.markdown again to generate the final response in the NPC tab. Then in our current conversation history, I'll just append that the assistant has replied with this NPC reply. Now you can simply run this UI by just going to the terminal and typing streamlit run app.py. So this will run the app using the Streamlit library from Python because of our entire code being written in the Streamlit codes. So now I'll just run this. So the UI is launched now. You can see the sidebar is perfectly loaded with the persona mode selections as some preset or some custom selections you can also give. So let's say if I just select a preset of a grumpy blacksmith, I have some clear chat option with the model selected as Supra-50M. The device is CPU and max tokens are 50 and temperature is 0.7. So I can just give some messages here like a standard chatbot. Let's say if I give this question to the NPC, what do you make here? It has instantly replied that it is making swords, shields and bane for the enemies. What do you want? So you see how quickly the response was given by the 50M model, and the generated dialogue is also looking like a real dialogue that you can see in a game NPC. Then I can also ask, can you repair my armor, as he is a blacksmith, and then you can see he's first grunting and then saying leave it on the anvil, come back tomorrow with 50 gold. Let's try to ask something more like what's your best weapon? He's saying it's a steel great sword, too heavy for the likes of you. So it is actually trolling us because the persona we have defined is a grunty blacksmith, so we'll give some sarcastic responses as well. Now let's say if I ask, do you have any daggers for sale? He's saying that there are over there in the barrel, don't cut yourself rookie. It is actually calling us rookie, so it is giving some witty responses as well. And let's try to provoke him more, like I'm saying you look tired, and it has replied that and you look like you talk too much, buy something or get out. So really rude as well. So our entire NPC engine is correctly working. If you want to add some more custom personas for you, you can also add them. There is no need for selecting the presets, and the model will tune according to your styles and give the responses. Now where can you use this kind of project in some real world use cases? The first use case is the same one that I have currently tried, where you can have different NPCs in your game and then you can generate some unique dynamic dialogues without manually writing thousands of lines. Then you can run entire games without internet, which is ideal for mobile or remote play scenarios. And if you want to simulate some realistic NPC chat, you can do it in just hours, not days that usually takes currently for generating these same kind of NPC dialogues. Then you can also add some capabilities that the NPC dialogues can change according to the player actions or difficulty in real time. So let's say if you just hit them, you can add some dialogues which the AI will directly generate without you having to manually put them. So this will make your entire game dynamic basis the player's action. Then you can also check how the dialogues are actually feeling before committing to the professional voice acting or translations. And on top of this project, you can also add some more features, like you can add some short-term NPC memory by just storing the last 3 dialogue turns. You can add some trust level for each NPC as well, and you can change their persona according to their trust level dynamically while generating the dialogues. Then we can add some local socket that can directly connect to the game engine, so the NPC dialogues are generated real time in the game engine directly. Then you can also add some more dialogues. Let's say if you want some more accuracy or dynamic behavior from your NPCs, you can let the game decide of using some larger model basis if you have some ideal CPU or GPU space. Then you can also add some TTS engine which can directly speak the NPC dialogues without any cloud dependency. So this is how this ultra compact 50 million parameter model completely changes everything by bringing functional text generation to even low-end PCs and laptops. Everything is run completely free of cost on your own consumer hardware, so there are no cloud dependencies or API costs involved whatsoever. All the codes and the readme file with step-by-step instruction on how to set up the project will be in the GitHub link in the description and pinned comments, so grab them immediately and and get started with the project easily. If you have some unique suggestions or specific projects that you want me to build using local AI tools, just let me know in the comments below and follow the channel for more such AI builds, updates and workflows.